Hello, my name's John from Cooking Around the World. Today we're going to make these beautiful brioche buns. Now, the recipe from this is from one of my subscribers, Gabby, who sent me this recipe when I asked her about brioche buns. So, this is the result. They are absolutely stunning. So without any further ado, let's get on and start cooking these. Okay, let's get the ball rolling. We're going to dissolve 75 grams of sugar into 200 mils of warm milk. So we'll measure out our sugar. There we go. And now I'll go and grab the milk. Right, let's pour the sugar into this Pyrex bowl here. And then we'll add our 200 mils of milk. And now I'm going to pop that in the microwave for 30 seconds. Right, that's just warm now, so keep stirring this until the sugar's completely dissolved. Once the sugar's dissolved, in goes our yeast, about 9 grams of yeast, which is about 2 rounded teaspoons. Now we'll whisk that in, just gently. Okay, I'll have a cup of tea and then we'll come back in 10 to 15 minutes time. While we're waiting for this yeast to activate, we will put in the microwave 100 grams of butter and we'll melt it and let it cool. Right, also we're going to measure out 500 grams of flour. And we want the protein content of the flour to be above 11.5%. There we are, 500 grams. Perfect. Now into that we are going to mix, once we've got it in a mixing bowl, which I'm going to do now. Take the scales away, and there, and then a teaspoon of salt. There we are. And with a fork, just get that distributed evenly throughout the flour. Right, so there's our melted butter, and I've allowed it to cool. Into there we will pour 2 teaspoons of vanilla essence, 1 if you don't like vanilla, and then 2 lightly beaten eggs can go in there also, and we'll just whisk that together. And you want to add a teaspoon of lemon juice as well. There we are, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice. Right, let's get this into our bread maker or stand mixer. As you can see, this is foaming. See all that foam there? That means the yeast is active. So this can now be put into the bread making bin. And to that we can add our dry ingredients. Sorry, you're not getting a good view of this. see if that's any better. There you go. Alright, I'm just going to spoon the flour mixture in. Now, I'm going to put this on a setting called leavened dough. So it's dough that you're going to make that's got a yeast component to it. And this has a cycle of 1.5 hours of combining, resting, then kneading, and then resting, and then it comes out. And when it comes out after 1.5 hours, I will show you what to do with it. Right, that's now inside the bread maker. If you are doing it by hand, then you'll just want to combine the ingredients and then knead them lightly for roughly 7 to 8 minutes, and then put your dough back into a greased bowl and cover it and leave it to rest for about an hour. Same for a stand mixer. Same for a stand mixer. Right, as you can see, it's kind of over-expressed itself. So let's take this and turn it out onto a floured board. Alright, let's... Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful dough that is. Wow. Let's get some flour on these sticky bits here. So what we're going to do is divide this up into 8 parts. So get our dough scraper out. So let's halve it. Halve it again. And halve it again. These look like they'll be quite big buns. So what I'm going to do with these is stretch them, because we want to get a nice shape on these, and then I will get them onto a piece of baking paper on top of a baking tray. I'll come back once I've done that so you can see what I mean. Right, there you have them in varying sizes. That one's a little bit undersized, so is that one. I'm going to cover these with a towel now. We're going to leave them for an hour to rise and then into the oven. But the dough is spectacular. Really, really impressed with it. I think this is going to be a wonderful recipe. As you can see, these buns have grown slightly. I'm going to make an egg wash up now to put on them, and I'm also turning the oven onto 180 degrees. So I'll come back, we'll do the egg wash, and then we'll put them in the oven. Rightio. So egg wash is just 1 egg and 1 tablespoon of water whisked together. Now you've got to be very, very gentle with this egg wash. I'll come back once I've done all of these, because I'm running out of things to say now. Right, we're back here now, and I'm just going to sprinkle some sesame seeds now over the buns. which will make them look very attractive. Right, these are now ready to go into the oven. I'll just do a temperature check. Have a little look. Yep, we're up to full speed. I'll pop these in and I'll be back in 20 minutes. And there we are, out of the oven. Let's prise these apart. Open one of them up, put a little bit of butter in there and give it a taste. Right. Very nice and springy. Right, let's get some butter on here. I don't think you can have too much butter. Get some more on there, couldn't I? Oh dear. Cooking is about flavour, it's not about health. Rightio. By the way, thank you so much for this recipe, Gabby. It's absolutely fantastic. Right, gonna have a bite. Oh. Oh wow. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Well, I hope you make this at home. Very, very easy recipe. Very hard to get wrong. And look at it. Magnificent buns. Right, I will catch you on my next recipe. Thanks for watching.